All right. So before anything else, Gerard, it's time for another eight-sided blog. Welcome back to the eight-sided blog.
Thanks.
You're. So, is there anything about this week's process that stands out to you?
This week's process. No, I don't think it was super different. I was experimenting with a few new things in this week's episode because in this episode it involves a Captain Wick Pierce has just been for a spacewalk, and he has now operating under oxygen rations. And therefore, I was experimenting with the idea that his breathing may be a different pace or cadence, so to speak.
Yeah.
But this time, and some of that a lot of that I didn't quite keep. We might bring it back how we feel depending on when we shoot. But I think I may try to keep the spirit of it, and it may just come out. So it's there if it needs to. But I think I plastered a few more layers over it. And I think I tried to focus a little bit more on specific points about the resentment of my team on Earth, without getting too negative Nelly, as Wick it never is because he's a true American hero.
And because he relies on those people for his life. He can't afford to...
I don't understand that. I understand true American heroes.
Yeah.
So that's where I work from. Yeah, he, so we'll see how that pans out once we do it, and what we keep and what we don't keep, and what you even see when you watch it. And yeah, it was a difficult process in the respect of, we talked about last blog about how time has been getting tighter and tighter. Sometimes our process has been rushed. Either we have to do it way later in the week than we usually plan, and therefore Tenny has a harder post job, and Lee probably sometimes has a harder posting job, sometimes the time is more constricted, so we're dealing with more difficult episodes with each episode, more challenges, so that's really, I think we're really forcing ourselves into some tight spots, and so it's kind of like an exercise in how well do we know this material. We get better at doing it, and so it's good. It just it grows our muscles a bit. I think everybody's muscles in what they're doing on this gets to grow a little bit through constriction. I mean, there's other stuff going on. I recently had the honor of getting cast in a couple of one-acts with Theater of Note, the theater company I believe we've mentioned a couple of times that I work with down in Hollywood. One of them is called Universe, written by that guy. He's up there, you can't see him.
YOU Universe.
YOU Universe, which is a fun story about, marriage therapy and
quantum physics
and particle accelerators, the Mandela effect, which was accepted out of about 82, 83 and counting submissions, and was accepted for the reading part, where we narrowed it down to about 27 scripts, and then a further down to 17, and then a further down to 7 or 8 shows that were picked. And so that's quite an honor, and thanks to Theater of Note for doing that. I had very little input on the matter other than just being able to champion a bit and being able to vote on it as a member.
And then erasing votes that weren't
right
for my show.
Well, there's and there's luck, and then there's the work that needs to be done to make
ensure
things
success.
Happen. Yeah, right.
So it's called Alternative Acts, ladies and gentlemen, and anybody who's in Los Angeles can catch it late nights. I think it starts at 10.
I think it's going to be at 11.
11?
Yeah, I think that's the latest word. Because it's after a play called The White Room, which is playing... It is going to be playing at Theater of Note. That's their main stage production, and which is about people living in a video game universe that's kind of like The Sims.
Well, anyway, it's Theater of Note, TheaTre as opposed to ER. It's Theater RE of Note.com. And it's late night programming, so 10, 11 o'clock. Count on being free for 10, and then we can go have drinks at Danny Trejo's because it's right across the street basically from Danny Trejo's cantina.
Trejo's Cantina, which is awesome, and also before then, as a lead into it, after the show, there will be some music. From what I'm told, so people will be there playing some music, singing some music as we go into the show. The other show that I got cast in is a play called The Vladfather, which is kind of like a combination of The Munsters meets like The Sopranos. If you can imagine what that is, and it's directed by my buddy Care Lordrian, who is I've known for a number of years, and so
Care's good people.
Yeah,
very
cares about cares a lot about the his community, and is one of the two reasons I am at Theater of Note is because I'm like, well, I want to go to a place where people like that are.
So it starts on the 25th of August, and it'll go through the middle of September, so 3 weeks, I think, and Friday and Saturdays.
I'm glad you know when this is, because I didn't bother to check. So.
They finally sent me an email. I got an email with some of the details.
They sent me an email too, but I didn't read it. I deleted it.
And the show that Gerard and I are working on, the show that I wrote that Gerard is acting in, is directed by Mark Antonio. You know his last name, Gerard?
Pritchett, I believe?
Pritchett.
Yeah.
Mark Antonio Pritchett.
Mm-hmm.
Fine gentleman. I got to meet him about a week ago. I don't think he's on Twitter, but he is on Facebook.
Yeah.
And
very warm, enthusiastic guy.
Yeah, earnest, hardworking. I like him. Mm-hmm. And he understands the mechanics of the show, and he obviously respects and understands actors.
Yeah, he has some good ideas. He wants to completely change the ending, by the way. I think it's a good idea.
You really have to be careful with the tone with productions like this.
It's got to be clear. Out of tone comes the action.
So that's exciting. Come to Theater of Note and participate in the fundraiser. Buy lots of. If there's a raffle, buy raffle tickets. Buy lots of concessions.
Buy tickets.
And buy tickets to the show. Is there anything else we want to get into before we roll?
I think that's it for me.
I think that's it for me. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this 8-Sided blog. If you like what you see here on the 8-Sided blog, make sure to give us a subscribe and a thumbs up, as Gerard is indicating right now. The subscribe button is right over there. Good job, Gerard. And what you're seeing in front of you is the set and costume for Declassified and the performer for Declassified, which is an ongoing web series about government projects through the Bureau of Applied Defense Development in the 60s and 70s during the Cold War and the space race. And this particular project is Project Icarus. And Project Icarus was a mission launched in 1977, a one-man mission using Apollo-era technology to put a man on Titan. It's a one-way mission because there's no way to get this man back from Titan. But there is enough life support inside the Apollo command module for 8 years for one person. So Captain Wick Pierce is on his way to Titan to attempt a landing, essentially for the sake of posterity and the glory of the defense contractors. So we will see how that goes, and we'll unfold that journey a little bit more today. So give us a subscribe if you want to keep watching the show. Follow us on Twitter at 8-Sided Films. And pay attention as well to our upcoming feature film, Quantum Theory, which you can find on Twitter at Quantum Movie.
Pay attention.
Pay attention. Thank you once again, lady. Yeah, exactly. Hey. Thank you for watching. Everybody, enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Wave goodbye, Gerard. Come on.